everybody, in this video we're going to talk about graphing an ellipse given its equation in standard form. So what's nice about standard form is that we already have a squared and b squared kind of given to us when it's in this form. Right? With an ellipse we look for the larger number, okay, that's in the denominator. 16 is the larger number, and so the 16 is underneath the x completed square, which means we're going to have a horizontal major axis. So it's going to look something like this, where the x direction is stretched a little bit more. Okay? Now, this also means that a squared equals 16 and b squared equals 9, which means a equals 4 and b equals 3. This also gives us our center. Our center is at HK. H is always with the x and y is always with, K is always with the y. But we have to have x minus h, and here we have x plus 3, so that means that h is negative 3 and k is a positive 1. Okay? Now, we have our center. Our center is at negative 3 and a positive 1. And then our major axis, we could go ahead and find our vertices. Our vertices are going to happen by taking this x value, negative 3, and adding and subtracting our a value, which is 4, and then 1. And we add and subtract the 4 because we're dealing horizontally, right? Our vertices are going to be horizontal. And that, so we could do this math and say negative 3 plus 4. Well, that is 1, and then my k doesn't change, so I have a point at 1, 1, which is here. Or I could say, hey, from my center, I need to count 4 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it puts me there. And I need to count 4 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it puts me here. So my other vertice will be at negative 7, 1, which I also get from taking negative 3 minus 4. Okay, now how about my other points? My other points happen on my minor axis, which is going to be my smaller axis, and I get that value from B. So from the center, I count B up, 1, 2, 3, and I have a point here, and I count B down, 1, 2, 3, and I have a point here. And now to graph it, I don't need the foci necessarily, even though the foci will help me form my graph, or my points along the graph, so I can just connect from here and say, this is my ellipse. If I draw it in nicely, it'll look nice there. Nice, like a nice ellipse. So that is how we graph an ellipse in standard form.